So for this dungeon, I'm gonna be short and spicy and to the bone because this dungeon is really simple. So yeah, now for starters, you will need the Nether Shackles insignia. It will make this dungeon really easy. I will put that up on the screen, and you will also need the Twilight insignias. Now for other insignias you can use the Berserker, the Power Throughs, the Momentum. You can also use Blood for Blood, Finishing Blow. These are all other insignias that are optional. But yeah, having the Nether Shackles and the Twilight insignias will really help you out a lot. So for this fight, all you're doing is just DPSing the boss, waiting for his CC bars to open, burst him, and then collecting the puddles. That's all you're doing for this fight. There's nothing else going on. Now for this boss, you want to save your high hitting skills for those knockdown moments, okay? So make sure when you knock down the boss, you have all of your burst skills on him. So at the start of the fight, you're just going to DPS him like normal. Once he does this linear attack, you need to pause and look and see if his CC bars are open or if he does a counter. If he does a counter, just go behind him and DPS. Shortly after, his CC bars will open. If the boss opens his CC bars after the linear attack, you should use your knockdown skill to knock him down. When he's on the floor, you're going to unleash all of your burst skills on him, and this is how you're going to push his HP. So you want to use knockdown because knockdown has a shorter cooldown and you can deal more damage because the boss is on the floor for a longer time. Also, if you use stun do have a longer cooldown, so keep that in mind, guys. So let me repeat. Every time you see this linear attack, you need to pause, look and see if his CC bars are open or if he's going to do the counter. If he does the counter, shortly after, he'll open his CC bars. If he opens his CC bars, shortly after, he will do the counter. This is the main rotation you need to pay attention to. So outside of this, all you need to do is just walk around the boss and just DPS. You don't need to focus on pretty much any of his skills. They don't really do much CC, but watch out for that counter because every time you get launched into the air, you take a lot of damage. So let's take a look at this. He does the linear attack, right? Then he does the counter. I get behind him and do my DPS. If you hit him from the front, you will get stunned. Okay, so he does like 2 attacks or so. And then he's going to open the CC bars here. Knock him down and burst him with all of your buff, your burst, everything. Now, after the boss hits like 80%, he's going to do either 2 things. He's going to either go to the center of the room or he's going to go into the air. If the boss goes into the air, he's going to send some AoEs at you. What you need to do is you need to run in a small circle and collect those puddles. Now you need to have at least 7 stacks on you, and I will show you where those stacks are counting on the screen so you can see how much stacks you have. Then the boss is going to throw a large AoE at you. You need to run away from this and then go back and collect the puddles. Now on the field you can see some white rings or white AoEs on the floor. Those will remove your stacks. Now this is where the Nether Shackle insignias come in. It will protect you from the white AoE stack removal effect, so that is why I say you will need this if you're struggling on hard mode. If you don't have the Nether Shackle insignias, you will have to avoid these white AoEs. If you get hit, it will reduce your AP, it will slow you down, and it will remove your yellow puddle stack. So if you collected like 7 puddles and you get hit by 2 of these rings or 2 of these AoEs, you will have 5 and you will die shortly after. Now after you avoid the big AoE, you're gonna go back and collect the 3 puddles there, and then you're gonna iframe before the boss touches down. If the boss hits you on his way down, you're gonna die. So make sure to iframe, and the easiest iframe you can do here is just press SS, and that will do a backstep, and that is like a delayed iframe. You can also use your shield, you can use your resist skill, whichever skill you have that resists, you need to use it here. Then the boss goes back to his normal rotation, and then you can see the linear attack. Is he gonna open the CC bars? Is he gonna counter? He's doing the counter, go behind and DPS. Shortly after, he's gonna open the CC bars, so get ready to KD in 3, 2, 1, knock him down right here. If you fail, you will get dazed. Once you knock him down, you're gonna burn him again. You can see that sweet damage on that knockdown. So you can see if you have more debuff damage, you will deal a lot more on these KDs. Now, sometimes the boss will do the linear attack and then he's going to sidestep around you. He's going to try and do a knockdown, so you can block this or you can like sidestep him. So yeah. Also, for this boss, most of his attacks you can just walk in a circle and avoid them. So yeah. Now at 60%, the boss will either go to mid or he'll go airborne. If the boss went airborne at 80%, at 60%, he'll go to mid. If he goes to mid, you're going to get behind him and you're going to dodge that linear attack. Then you're going to run straight and collect all the 3 puddles, and then you're going to go airborne, and then you're going to look at the boss. The moment the boss touches down, you need to touch down as well, and then circle and collect all the puddles. So let's take a look at this in slow-mo. As soon as the boss touches down, I press SS to touch down, and then I press WW in order to sprint and just collect all the puddles. Then you're going to get behind him again, and then he's going to do a linear attack, and that will drop 3 puddles. You need to run and collect all 3 puddles and then go back to the boss and do 3 CCs. Now for this part, a lot of persons are having a lot of issues breaking the shield. Now once you use 2 CC skills, all of your CDs will be reset. So if you use your 2 to stun and your 3 to knock down, your skills get reset. You can use your 2 to stun again or your 3 to knock down, so you can press like 2, 3, 3 or 3, 2, 2. It doesn't really matter. For the most damage output, you want to use your knockdown last so you can do as much damage as possible. So yeah. So the boss will go back to his boring normal rotation. You just walk in a circle and wait for the linear attack signal, and then you just do your knockdown or you go behind him, and then shortly after he'll do either the counter or the knockdown, whichever one he didn't do. So yeah. So this is the mechanics for the normal mode. So at 80% and 40%, that is the phase for normal mode. For hard mode, the phases are 80%, 60%, and 40%. So when the boss hit 40%, he's going to switch up his rotation. So most of the time, you're going to see puddles dropping during his rotation. So all you need to do is just stand in front of him and you will get the puddles. Sometimes you have to walk back a bit to get the puddles. But yeah, once you're close to the boss, you don't have anything to worry about. Also, for his airborne and his middle phase, he's going to switch those up. So for the first part of those mechanics, he's going to skip that and just do the last part. So you have to be ready. So make sure you're collecting all these puddles while you're doing all of this. Shortly after, the boss will either go airborne or you go mid. Make sure to get in those knockdowns. So you can see here the boss went airborne. So he's going to launch a large AoE at you. You need to run outside of this zone and go back and collect all the puddles. Once you get all the puddles, then you're going to iframe the touchdown. So you can see there he didn't do the animation where he sends the puddles and you have to go in a circle and collect them. He totally skipped that part. So make sure to remember that. Again, the fight will drag on and then you collect the puddles. Then he's going to go to mid and then he's going to do the other one. So this time you need to go airborne, watch the boss. When the boss touch down, you touch down, and then you collect the puddles. After that, you want to break his shield. So you're going to use 2 CC skills, and then after that, your CDs will get reset so you can do them again. And that's basically the fight. So guys, again, if you don't have the insignia, which is the nether shackle, and I will put that up on the screen, doing all of this, you will have to avoid the white puddles on the floor. They will slow you down. And also, when you're going airborne, be careful not to attack the boss. This will bug your wind walk skills. So yeah, make sure before you go airborne, you stop DPSing and just focus on that until you become perfect. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more guides like this, you can like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to stay updated on when I post new videos. Goodbye.